drinking out of my Shakespeare mug.
This is your Shakespeare mug.
It's not actually a Shakespeare mug. It's a Shakespeare insult mug.
It is a Shakespearean insult mug. It's an excellent mug, but it's either this or drinking out of Rainbow Dash's head.
The actual Rainbow Dash's head?
Well, it looks pretty close. Like if you just scooped at the top and then you just poured a drink in there.
I was going to say, if it was Pinkie Pie, you might not notice the difference.
Yeah, the Pinkie Pie mug actually wasn't available at this time.
Ah. Hi folks, welcome back to Pop Pop Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
We are here actually to react to a trailer that was requested by a viewer called, how would you pronounce that, dear?
Midsommar.
Midsommar. Sorry, it's spelled Midsommar, but it is...
So it might be like Swedish or something.
I can't, I'm tongue-tied.
It might be Swedish. Or
still fighting a little bit of this
Cold.
junk that we've been down with for a bit. Heidi's drinking some warm tea. I'm drinking some iced tea because
this is not warm.
I'm a Texan. It's not warm?
It's not warm. This Earl Grey has been sitting in the fridge for a little bit.
Oh, well, that's gross.
No.
So we're going to watch the trailer for Midsommar, which is from the same director who gave us Hereditary, which was one of our favorite films
of last year.
And certainly one of our more, certainly a film that we probably talked about a lot more than some other films that we saw last year. And certainly our spoiler review for that and spoiler discussion of that
actually
brought a lot of views to our channel. And so we appreciate that. All of you that were fans of Hereditary. We're going to watch this because it was requested. I honestly didn't know about this, so thank you so much for bringing it to our attention. We're going to watch it now. We're going to tell you what we think about it, and then you can jump into the comments below and let us know what you think down there. Don't know anything about this, do you?
Not a thing.
So we're just going to watch it together. Here we go.
Christian says that you've got some special thing planned.
Yeah, it's like a crazy 9-day festival. It only happens every 90 years.
Cool, love that treatment.
Hi. Hello, Victor. You can't speak. You can't move. But this opens you up to the influence. And it breaks down your defenses. Trust me. All right? You're gonna love it.
Interesting. Like that last breath at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Well, I wonder what's in the last.
It's just the bumper.
Oh, okay. Good. Just making sure. My immediate thought is wondering if this is connected to the Hereditary world.
I could see it, certainly.
Just some other, otherworldly thing that's happening in plain sight sort of thing.
But visually, this has a very different tone.
Oh, definitely.
The brightness of it
is it's unsettling, actually.
Right. Very, very interesting. Again, I think I'm going to need to see it more than once to sort of process what I'm seeing there. But definitely, I think Heidi's correct on that as far as similar, if not connection to Hereditary, at least a similar vibe of things sort of dark...
undercurrents
of cultish or demonic sort of things happening that that apparently we're going to have a protagonist who's learning things that she didn't know about this group as she goes.
Yep, and we saw a disfigured face. We saw some blood on some runes. We saw we saw somebody walking down an aisle by themselves. seemed like an older person, female, but couldn't really. I don't think we ever saw their face.
The sounds there at the end when she's looking through the keyhole could either be torture or pleasure, so they don't tell us that.
Hard to say. Yeah.
Hard to say, but either could be involved in some sort of ritual or whatever. So yeah, definitely interesting. I would love to see another trailer for this. Now, if you recall, that first trailer for Hereditary didn't give us much.
And we said we wanted to see another
one.
Yeah,
but it was enough that we were sort of drawn into it, wanting to see more of what it had to offer. And it was the second trailer that really sold us on this is something we need to see.
Yeah.
I really feel like
this might be...
We've had a good run of A24 experiences.
This is true.
So we are...
Good on you, A24.
Exactly. So already that prompts us to be a little closer to being on board. Knowing that Ari Aster is directing this, as he did such a great job with Hereditary.
Yeah. So...
visually, although it's in the same wheelhouse, and it looks like we're going to get some stunning sort of visual... set pieces and movement and concepts that is very pleasing to look at. I felt that with Hereditary. As creeped out as I was by Hereditary, there were a lot of places where you could stop and just look at a frame
and be really
and be really engaged with, okay, am I looking at a miniature? Am I looking at something that's full scale? Am I looking at and you could really sort of dive into some of the visual things that he played with in that film. I think this is going to be similar, but in a different way. I think he's going to give you a lot to look at, but not in the same kind of way.
I'm interested in the kind of the... I hate to use this because this is one of those big dictionary words, but the juxtaposition of all these pretty things that we're going to be looking at with the darker side. That's
sinister.
That's going to be happening under it. So, I mean, because it's even more... mixed up than Hereditary was.
And that's often a juxtaposition that works either way. Whether you have a horror movie that uses a child as a scare device, that's always creepy.
Yep.
You can have something like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, who's a more hideous figure, but who, at least in the Disney version, we get, someone that we care about. There's an innocence and a goodness underneath the monster or whatever. And you get that, of course, in a lot of different things. So that juxtaposition always works well. It'll be interesting to see how
they use it.
How Aster uses that here. I definitely want to see a second trailer from this, but I'm pretty sure, given his track record so far, that I would be in anyway. Yeah. I would want to see this. But before I can really say whether it's going to be like an opening weekend see for me or something else, I would need the second trailer, I think, to kind of land.
Same.
Any other thoughts?
No. All
right, so those are our thoughts on Midsommar. We want to hear what you think, and the only way that we can know what you're thinking is if you jump down to the comments below. Let us know down there. Is this a movie, is this a trailer that speaks to you, something that would draw you to this movie, or are you going to need to wait for a second trailer? Did you like Hereditary? Did you not like Hereditary? I did find that there were people that were a little bit mixed on it, although for the most part, I think people that were really into that vein of horror that's not just jump scares, that's not just the
axe murdering sort of slasher.
Yeah, I was trying to find a nice way to put that, and I can't think of one. But yeah,
I mean that's close enough.
Yeah, something that isn't completely cliched. I feel like a lot of people were drawn to Hereditary for those reasons because it avoided some of those cliches while still playing in some of the tropes that are familiar to us, just giving us a really different angle on them. So we will check out Midsommar. If another trailer comes out, we will certainly react to it.
Thank you to the commenter who suggested that we react to this, because we didn't even have it on our radar, really.
That's right, and that's a good lesson for everyone. Like, we do these as often as we can. We can't catch everything. So if we fail to react to something that you want to see a reaction for, just let us know. Shoot a message down to the comments and let us know. And we'll, if we can get to it, we will. We like to do that for you. It keeps you around. So we like that. If you like this video,
hit the thumbs up.
And be sure and subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, hit the bell icon. We don't know that really does anything, but YouTube seems to think that it does. So hit that bell icon for us so you can be notified the next time we drop one of these. We will have our first attempt at a podcast happening sometime this week. So be on the lookout for that. We're actually going to be recording that here in a little bit. So we'll cover a lot of topics in a short amount of time there. So yeah, check that out and let us know if that's something you want to see more of from us. Until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.